Alright, I'm back. Continuing on with my peak streak. I still got less than a day to also finish up what I need to do in Wario Master of Disguise, as well as Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. So, I'm trying to get this done as quickly as I can. It is a logic puzzle game for the Apple II called Mind Castle 1. There's also Mind Castle 2, which I might be playing tomorrow. You have been warned, but long morning shadows draw you to the dark castle. There is little to be seen through the windows, and the doors are locked. This door is rusty and very heavy. Suddenly, you lose your footing and slide down into the darkness. The door slams shut behind you, and you are enveloped in the darkness. As you sneeze and choke on the dust-filled air, the outline of a man emerges, and he begins to speak. Welcome to Mind Castle. My name is Mr. Wynn. You've fallen back in time to land in this dark bin. There are puzzles to be solved to prove to me your measure, and a climb to the tower in which there is a treasure. Great. Some rhymes and some riddles, apparently. Speaking in verse, the little man warns you that the castle's residents can neither see nor hear you. While Mr. Wynn will act as your guardian to try and help, he can even give you hints to puzzles. He cannot solve them for you, or allow you to proceed up a flight of stairs before you are able. Type N for north or S for south, and I will guide you through the house. Type E for east or W for west, and you get to pick which way is best. Great, even the instructions are going to have rhymes. In every room of puzzle you'll find, each one written to tickle your mind. Type P for puzzle, and one will appear. No need to worry, I'll always be near. If at a puzzle you are in doubt, type H for hint, and I'll help you out. Solving some puzzles proves to me that the next floor you're ready to see. Then find the stairs and off we'll go. Type up for the floor above, down for the one below. In every castle room in this logical place, a letter in the corner tells which way you face. If you forget how to play, just press the escape key. Why not try it now? If you forget how to play somehow, just press the escape key. Why not try it now? Alright, escape key. When first entering a room, you are told where all the doors are. Remember this. When asked what you want to do, you may try the puzzle or go to another room. Typing N or north takes you north, east or east, E or east takes you east, and so on. P or puzzle gives you a puzzle. When asked for the answer to the puzzle, you may type H or hint to receive a hint that is available. If you leave, save will keep your game on disk till later. Recall brings your game off disk when you start. Of course, I don't know if I have any blank disks, so we'll try and get through it in one sitting. With this said, Mr. Wynn shakes off the dust and waits for your direction. You are in a coal bin. In the coal bin. You may see the puzzle or go through the south door. What will you do? So there's the south door. We will do the puzzle. I moved 5 piles of coal, and now these 3. Put them together, and how many will there be? Well, it's 8 piles of coal that you've moved. But if you put them together, it's just one big pile. You've piled coal or leaves from a tree. You knew how many piles there'd be. It's a door to the south, right? No windows. A south door. There's coal on the floor. This room is really a bore. What shall we do now? Go south. You are startled by a large black octopus. Then you see that it's just a furnace with its many arms. There are doors to the north and east. You know what? If I'm gonna have, I don't got pen and paper ready, so I'm just gonna open I can't even talk. Open up a notepad file here. Okay, so north and east. We will do the puzzle in the room first. Well, actually, we just came from the south, so we won't go north. We just have east. Alright. The pipes in the furnace room all go to different floors. If the first pipe goes to the first floor and the second pipe goes to the second floor, where does the fifth pipe go? Fifth floor. Hurrah, hurrah! I knew you'd do it. That was correct. You got right through it. Most homes of this time had central heating, but it didn't work well. Even with a furnace, castle rooms will still have a fireplace. We will go east next. I can take off that from my notepad file. This room is the main basement room. There are doors to the west, north, and east. Well, we don't need to worry about west because we just came from there. So we have north and east. Stairs go to the first floor. Mr. Wynn is waiting to see what you will do here. What will you do? We will do a puzzle. What do you find at the front of a shelf, but at the back of the jars? Well, they're words in quotation mark. The front of shelf is S, the back of jars is S, so an S. The letter S, how right you are. Keep it up and you'll go far. Let's go ahead and go to the north. And now I'll make a change a reminder to know that I need to go south before I can go back to the east. It's very dark, there are no windows, and the only door is behind you. Oh, if it's the only door behind me to the south, that makes things easier. You barely see the wine bottles on some shelves. What will you do? Solve a puzzle. The numbers on the wine bottles are in a special order. What will the next number be? Well, 1 to 4 is 3, 4 to 7 is 3, so 13 will be 16. Winkin' blinkin', just right thinkin'. This wine cellar is very dark and cool. There's little to see, but the bracks... Okay. I might stop reading the second thing that it says and only read the first one. I don't know if some are going to change. You can always pause the video. Like, I'm not going to reread this because I don't know if it's a change or... Actually, some has changed, it looks like, but... I might actually just stop reading it altogether and just go through and do the puzzles. Yeah, let's just go through and do the puzzles. I do got to read for rooms. You may exit to the west, so there's one way to go to the west. The maid washed 16 sheets, all but 9 were put away. How many are left? Well, the 9 that haven't been put away. Hurrah, hurrah, you passed the sheets, cotton candy, tricks and treats. Alright, we'll go west, and then we can go up the stairs. Mr. Wynn is delighted with your success. He hops up the stairs ahead of you. You are on your way to the first floor. Okay, there's west, east, and south. We can go. First, we'll do the puzzle. The letters on the jars are in a special order. Well, A to E is 4 letters apart. E to I is same, so Q would have R, S, T, and then U. You're a delight. You got us right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go west. Doesn't tell me which directions I can go, so I guess east is the only way, maybe. Let's go ahead and do a puzzle. The scullery maids are sitting to fix supper. One of them picks up an object laying on the counter and it says, "All chickens have feathers. This creature has feathers, therefore it is a chicken." Is this statement true? Well, no. I detect you're correct. I guess we go west or east because we came from the west. You're right. Now we will go east again because we haven't gone east yet. This cozy room between the kitchen to the west and the parlor to the south. So we'll go south, then we'll go west. It's called the breakfast room. Puzzle. The sideboard was set with food for brunch. What 2 words are combined to make the word brunch? Well, breakfast, lunch. Ding dong bell, you did well. Alright, then I said I was going to go south first, so I can take that off. Mark that we'll have to go north. You are in the parlor, the cabinets and shelves aligned with, okay. I'm not going to read through those. These envelopes were on the parlor table, which can be drawn without lifting a pencil from the paper or retracting any line. Well, those cross, that's a weird shape, you can't get there. C. You found the line, that sure was fine. So I'm assuming we can only go north, so we'll go north. Then the only direction left to go is west. And then south. There are doors to north and east. Well, we came from the north, so we'll just go east after we solve the puzzle. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, 6 glasses stand in a row. The first 3 are full, the last 3 are empty. By touching only one glass, arrange the glasses so that full and empty glasses alternate. Well, because it goes 3 and 3, it's going to end up with 2 and 2. So we'd have to move B because we can't move 2 of them. So that means we're pouring B into E. So I'm going to say B. Good day, good night, you got it right. Alright, now we can go east. The main entrance has a door to the east, to the west dining room. So we'll go east, but after we solve the puzzle. Look at the numbers on the clock, which can be copied without lifting your pencil from the paper or retracing any line. The letter V, or the number 5. That was quite a hard project. You did well. That was correct. Now, if we solved all the puzzles, I guess we don't go east. Oh, because, yeah, I've been in this room. It just didn't tell me there was another exit. Alright, let's go up. Okay. North. Ballroom to the north, theater room to the south. So we need to go north and south. What will we do? We will solve a puzzle. Pictures on the wall are strange. There seems to be an order when it comes to the ones above. Which picture below belongs to the empty frame above? Well, we have the line, then we have a line L, then we have a line L triangle, then we have a line L triangle square. So line L triangle square home run plate, I guess. So C. That series of pictures, you figured it out. You could be an Eagle Scout. Alright, let's go to the north. And then make a note, we will have to come back to this room in the south. Doors to the east, west, and south. So we'll want to go east and west first. After we do the puzzle. You hear 3 men from 3 different towns. It's hard to tell who's who since people from Morongo always lie. People from Cal always tell the truth. People from the Union sometimes lie. What town is Tom really from? So Tom says, I am from Morongo. Well, if you were from Morongo, you would be telling the truth. So what you can't do. So you can't be from Cal or Morongo, which makes you from the Union. You thought quite clearly to solve that one. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Logic can be fun. It can also be frustrating. So now let's go to the east. Then make a note we'll have to go west. There are doors to south and west, so let's also go south. We will do a puzzle. Are you seeing double? The 2 words below are placed to make you think of a sly action. What do the words show? A double cross. On double crossing, you did quite well. Now to the game room. From there, do tell. Alright, so now we'll go south. Make a note to go north. Alright, this doesn't say any direction, so I'm assuming there's only one way to go. But we need to solve the puzzle. Railroad crossing. Look at the cars. Spell it without any R's. Well, it is spelled IT. Oops, I typed that into my notepad file. IT. You read it right. You are quite bright. Alright, now we'll go north, and then we'll go west. Then we go west again. And make a note to go east. And before we go east, we'll want to go south. Got it. Puzzle. On the way to the river, a zebra met 8 giraffes. Each giraffe had 10 monkeys hanging from its neck. Each monkey had 4 birds sitting on its tail. How many animals in all were going to the river? Well, you said the zebra was going to the river. And on its way it met, so I'm saying 1. Because or else you'd have to do 4 birds per monkey and 10 monkeys per giraffe, which means 40 birds per giraffe, and there were 8 giraffes, so 40 times 8. A zebra went to the river. On that you were quite clever. Alright, we want to go south, then make a note to go back north. Doors go north and east, so before that we'll go to the east. But first, solve a puzzle. Which notes above can be drawn without lifting your pencil from any paper? A can be done. B, C, and D cannot. E can be done, so A, E. Now you know which notes belong. Can you use them in a song? Probably not. I said we're going to go east first. Then make a note to go west. There's doors to north and west, so make a note to go north as well. First, solve a puzzle. Someone dropped the script for a play. What could be the next word in the following sentence? All but cleverly devious earthlings fall great heights ignoring. That's a weird sentence. All fall great heights ignoring. All but cleverly devious earthlings. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Hurrah, hurrah, you rightly saw. Just a jingle done with J. It follows I, so it's okay. Wonder if you type like jungle, if it would have said something different. So let's go to the north. And we solved all the puzzles, so now we can go up. Alright, floor 3. There are doors to north, south, east, and west, so north, south, east, and west. First, we'll solve a puzzle. This picture is symmetrical. It's the same from right to left as from left to right. A word that reads the same backwards and forwards is a palindrome. Okay. What time of day is a palindrome? Well, it said word, so I'm assuming it's a word. 1 is spelled O-N-E. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Noon. Backwards, forwards, it doesn't matter which. You got the answer right with nary a hitch. Because most people say it's noon. They don't say it's 12. Let's go north first and make a note to go south. Only one door to the south, so that's easy enough. The butler was counting the guests at a party. What comes next? TFSE. TFSE. 2468. So 10 would be T. 2468. You are really doing great. Okay, we need to go south. Then we'll go south again. Make a note to go north. There's only one door to the north. Okay, puzzle. The upstairs maid has many family pictures in her album. She has both brothers and sisters. If there were twice as many sons as daughters in her family, what is the smallest number of children possible? Well, so let's first figure out the daughters, since we need to multiply that by 2 to figure out the amount of sons. She has sisters, plural, so a minimum of 2, which means 3 total daughters, which means 6 total brothers, which means a total of 9. How would you like that family with 9 children, you busy bee? Okay, then we need to go north. And then east. Make a note to go west. These go up to the 4th floor. There are doors to the north, south, east, and west. So we'll also go north, south, and east apparently. First, we'll do the puzzle. Someone was playing a game with the children. They put numbers on the stairs. Read from bottom to top. What number should come next? 69 to 70 is 1. 70 to 72 is 2. 72 to 73 is 1. 73 to 75 is 2. So the next one would be 76. You know how to count by 1s and 2s. Keep up the good work and you will not lose. Alright, let's go north. Make a note to go south. This is the housekeeper's room. There's only a door to the south. Okay. The housekeeper's journal lists the expenses for each month. There are 30 days in some months and 31 days in others. How many months have 28 days? All the months have 28 days. You knew all months have 28. Let's do some more and you're doing great. Then we need to go south. Then we'll go south again. Make a note to go north. There's only a door to the north. Okay. Puzzle. What word is spelled wrong in every dictionary? The obvious one. Wrong is spelled wrong in every dictionary. You knew how to spell the word wrong. You're doing well. You're going strong. Okay, go north and then we'll go east. Make a note to go west. Which is the only door. Puzzle. The servants are puzzled. If 5 chickens lay 5 eggs in 5 days, okay, so that's 1 egg per chicken every 5 days. How long will 100 chickens to lay 100 eggs? Well, 5 days. Because 1 egg per chicken every 5 days. My, but you are bright. The answer was exactly right. All right, we're going to go west, and then west, and then west again. And I'll have to make a note to go east twice. Only door is east, okay. Puzzle. The guest must like doing puzzles. Look at this paper from the dressing table. After each word, the number of letters that appear in a secret word are shown. What's the secret word? Beach, trees, clown, never, owner, snowy. Well, beach and trees each only have 1 letter that appears as a secret word. The only letter that's the same is an E. Let's go with never. We're already using the E, so it's either N, V, or R. Let's go with snowy. Snowy doesn't have a V or an R, so the second letter of never must be N, so we have an N and an E. Snowy also has two other letters. A Y does not appear in clown or owner, but OW appears in both, which means clown is also OWN and owner is OWNE. So is owner the secret word? Is it one of these 6 that's the secret word? Nope. Maybe I'm missing something obvious here. After each word, the number of letters that appear in a secret word are shown. What's the secret word? It won't let me type 5, so it's got to be one of these, right? Wait, maybe it's something different. Maybe... I don't know. But I tried to type in what's. I could try that. I doubt that's correct. I wasn't sure if what's the secret word was going to be the word what's or not. But it only lets you type 5 letters. So worst case, maybe I type in all these words. Or maybe it's got to be 5 letters rearranged. Well, let's go for a hint. The letter B you take from beach. None of the letters appears in each. Well, yeah, but the A doesn't appear in any of the others as well. Neither does the H. And 3 of the letters in clown do appear in 2 of the other words. Same thing for snow. Owner, all 5 letters appear in the other words. So... Can there be another hint? No? Only one hint? The guest must like doing puzzles. Look at this paper from the dressing table. After each word, the number of letters that appear in a secret word are shown. What's the secret word? Why would the hint mention B from beach, though? I might actually... This is like a Wordle thing? Wordle solver? Wordle answer finder? Oh, maybe it means 4 letters. So maybe it's still a 5-letter word. 4 of the letters in owner are correct. Because if you just had clown, never, and you wouldn't need both tree. Well, I guess if you had trees, then it wouldn't tell you if it's the R or the E. So what's a word that has OWNE and one other letter? Other than the word owner. Is there a hint in the hint? No, that's not helping me. I don't think it's an anagram because there aren't many words you can spell with OW and an E, and it allows up to 5 letters, and only up to 5 letters. So it's got to be a 5-letter word. Maybe I'll just Google 5-letter word with OWNE. Owned and owner. Nope. So it can't be just 5-letter words. Oh, that's because of the way I put the orders. Just change it to including. See here. Endow. Whoops. Maybe it is a 4-letter word. Let's try search that. WONE. I got no friggin' clue. Well, obviously 39 people could do it. One person chose to skip it and continued on to the top floor. I don't even know how to save the game. I gotta go fill my Mountain Dew. I'll be back. Alright, that took longer than I wanted it to. Sometimes my fridge trips the breaker, so then I gotta go reset it. So that's a pain. My landlord's aware of it, but they haven't solved it. Alright, let's try reading this again. After each word, the number of letters that appear in a secret word are shown. What's secret word? So it doesn't say that they're going to show with each other. Maybe that was just my assumption. Let's do the hint. Oh yeah, I gotta re-click on this. Hint. The letter B you take from beach. None of the other letters appears in each. So maybe we have to take the B from beach. So B is in the secret word. And if trees only has... So owner will have 4 letters. Clown has 3. I don't know, Snowy has 3. So I'm assuming O, W, and N are 3 of those letters. Because it's a 5-letter word. I don't know if it's going to begin with B or just have B in it. 5-letter word and 4 letters are in the word owner. So let's just start with that. So if we have B-O-W-N-E, bone, O-R, okay, so let's start with O-W-N-E. So B-O-W-N-E. Now let's go with beach. We already have the B. Trees has an E. So that fits. Clown has own. Never has N-E. Owner has the 4. And Snowy has own. So it fits. But I don't know. But I think so does the R. Trees has an R. Clown and Snowy have own. And owner has R. So yeah, it's either E or R. Brown. Is that the secret word? The B from beach, the R from trees. You got the secret word with ease. And it was not with ease. That took way too friggin' long. Okay. Now we go east, east. And we can go up the floor. East. Now let's go up. I couldn't find a way to save the game, so I have to finish this game. Alright. In every direction. There are doors in every direction. Okay, so north, east, south, and west. First. Puzzle. Did I say puzzle? Okay, the puzzle is in these tall. So there's no puzzle in this room. Got it. So we're going north. So I'll make a note to go south. The children... Oh. There's another door to the east. So we also need to go to the east. Puzzle. Susan, Tom, and Molly like to sit in each other's chairs and do the other's puzzles. The one who sits in Molly's chair is doing Susan's puzzles, so that means it's Tom. If the children are not sitting in their own chairs nor doing their own puzzles, who is sitting in Tom's chair? So Tom is in Molly's chair, so Molly or Susan can be in Tom's chair. Tom is doing Susan's puzzle, so Molly has to do Tom's puzzle, so Susan has to sit in Tom's chair. That was an easier one. Tom was doing Susan's puzzle as he sat in Molly's chair. Tom's chair sat Susan. You're right, I do declare. Alright, so we're going to go east next. Make a note to go west. Any other Doors, no, doesn't mention, so puzzle. You look closely at the blackboard. If one number in the box is erased, the sum of each row and column will be evenly divisible by 5. Which number should be erased? It says the sum of each row and column. Oh, we got 7 and 3 is 10. 1 and 6 is 7. That's 17. That doesn't work. If we erase the 1, it doesn't work. If we erase the 6, it doesn't work. If we erase the 7, it works. So we have 8 plus 7 is 15. So if we erase the set, I'm assuming you're saying erase 7. You did fine. You did swell. At arithmetic, you do well. Okay, so I'll go west, south, then we'll go east and make a note to go west, and there's doors in every direction. So actually, let's go ahead and go west. We'll go the east direction last because that's where the stairs are. From here, we'll go west again. And the only door is to the east. Got it. Puzzle. Help, we may be overrun. The number of white mice in Tom's cage doubles every 10 days. After 100 days, the cage is full. When was the cage half full? Well, doubles every 10 days. So, full at 100 days would mean it would be half full at 90 days, because it would have to double. Right. 90 days. My, you're right. I think I've never seen someone who is more clever. That Wordle or whatever, anagram or whatever puzzle thingy was a pain. I haven't done many of those puzzles. I don't know many crosswords either. I went east, then I want to go south. Make a note to go north. Only doors to the north, so let's do a puzzle. A toy on the dresser has these wheels. If A moves clockwise, will C move clockwise? Yes. You're right, I do approve. That is the way wheels move. Alright, so go north, then east. And the only direction we won't have to go is west. We do want to do the puzzle that is in the East Hall, that was said. A guest got lost on the way to her room. Susan, Molly, and Tom give directions. 2 children tell the truth, but one is lying. Which way is to the guest room? Your room is to the south. It's not to the north. She's lying. Take the door to the north. So I would say it is to the south. You could tell which two agreed. Now let's go on with utmost speed. Alright, let's go north. Reminder to go south. Okay, we've already been here. Let's go south. Go east. Haven't been here. There's a door to the north and the west. Puzzle. There are many marbles on the rug in the sitting room. Susan and Molly own 20 marbles. Molly and Tom own 30. Susan and Tom own 40. How many marbles does Susan own? Well, they can't each own 10. Because if they each owned half, Tom and Susan would each own 20. But Susan and Molly combined can only own 20. So if Susan owns 5, that means Molly owns 15 and Tom has 35. That doesn't work. Can Tom have 30? Susan 10, Molly 10? No. How about Tom has 25, Susan has 15, Molly has 5. That works. Susan has 15. Mind works well, your mind works right. My, you are, but you are very bright. All right, go north. And is what doors is south and west. So west, south. One of the papers on the nanny's table looks like this. The numbers and word endings stand for a popular saying about things left over. Let's go for a hint. No hint is here, but the answer is clear. It's allowing a lot of letters. Well, the numbers are prime numbers. Popular saying about things left over. Something prime or prime something. Wait, 9 is not a prime number. Never mind. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 11 are. Os ing est shun. Or word endings. Popular saying about things left over. You know what? I'm going to Google popular saying of things left over. See what that brings up. Popular saying about things left over. It didn't bring up anything that makes any sense because the popular saying was things may come to those who wait, but that makes no sense with the time. Okay, the only hint is no hint is here. End of time, maybe? So I'm sorry, we play. You did not get that answer right. Well, of course not. I got no clue what the answer is. Alright, and I'm going to type in the whole thing. Number and word endings stand for a popular saying about things left over. What's the saying numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So something about being odd, odd-ended, odd-ending. What if it's something? Because I just realized that's the only thing that the numbers have in common is odd when I was typing in the numbers. So odd ends. Nope, not odd ends. Odds and ends. Because there was that little period in the middle. There we go, odds and ends. I did have to get some clues, but I did realize the numbers were odds when I typed them in numbered order. You're right, my friend, 'twas odds and ends. We drawers full, I might append. Now let's go on to do some more. I'll have some fun for you in store. Where did I want to go? West. I've been in this room. Go east. Go south. Go west. And go south. Then make a note to go north. There's a bath to the east. We'll have to go there next. Paper on the mantle has only one long word on it. Alabama, War, Ohio. Alabama, War, Ohio. The long word is really several words squeezed together to show an event. What event? Alabama, War, Ohio. I'll just type it spaced out. Alabama, War, Ohio. Nope. Let's do a hint. Divide the word and look at it the way it is arranged to show but one event by which many lives changed. Maybe just type in war. Saw the word between the states and knew about the war. Now let's go back to the guest room to try and solve some more. Okay, let's go east to the bath. Make a note to go west. I think this is the last puzzle on this floor. The bath cabinet holds towels. The maid keeps just enough towels here to have two different colored towels in the bath. How many towels are in the bath cabinet? It's either going to be two, because it says two like or two different. If it was two like and two different, it would be four, right? I guess I was wrong. Let's try four. No? Okay, let's try hint. Try this with two different colors of pens or paper or such. There's only one right answer, but that doesn't help you much. Well, maybe three, because two that are like and one of them is different. There we go. Seasoned reasoning. You used it well. You're very logical, I can tell. Alright, now we go west and then north and then up. West. North. Up. Off to the top floor. How long have I been at this? Over an hour? Oh, this large gallery. Let's see here. Doors in every direction. So northeast, west, and south. Spells news. Doors are south and east. I went north, so we'll go east, then south. The master of the house stands before a painting on the wall of the room. He says, "Brothers and sisters have I none, but this man's father is my father's son. At whose picture is he looking?" So, you don't have any brothers, but this man's father, so you're talking about a third person, his father, is your father's son. So the man in the picture's father is your father's son. So it's a picture of yourself? The master spoke true. You had trouble though, so what am I to do? I guess I was wrong. So your father's son Oh, your child? You need to use good reason to figure that one out. You're right, of course, it was his son. There was never any doubt. Because the man in the picture's father is his own father's son. His father's son is himself. So the man in the picture must be his son. Oh, I said I was going to go east. So I'll need to go west eventually. Doors to the east, west, and north. So we'll go east and north as well. There are signs on 3-cent bottles on the dressing table. At least one sign is true, at least one sign is false. Press any key to see the signs. So at least one is true, at least one is false. The oil is not in the tall bottle. So let's say that's the true statement. The oil is not in this bottle. That could also be a true statement, which would mean the other one would have to be false. Which would mean it is not in that bottle. So that can't be true. This oil is not in this bottle. If that one is true, it makes one true, which makes 3 false, which is not possible. So 2 has to be false, which means the oil has to be in 2. No, because then all 3 of them are false. Let's try that again. The oil is not in the tall bottle. The oil is not in this bottle. If both of those are true, the oil in this bottle is true, but one bottle has to be false. So let's say if 3 is true, the other 2 can't be false. If 2 is true, Then 3 can't be false, 1 can't be false. So 1 has to be true. I don't get it. I'm gonna do hint. If 1 is true is 2, what does that make 3? There must be 1 true and 1 false B. The oil is not in the tall bottle. Isn't the tall bottle number 2? So if 3 is true, 2 has to be false, which can't be possible. So 3 has to be false. If 3 is false, 2 can also be false. So 1 would have to be true. Maybe 2 isn't considered the tall bottle. So we'll say 2 has the oil. That's wrong. Three. So it's got to be 1. Duh, it is 1. Because 3 is false, 2 can be true, which makes 1 have the oil, which means it's not in bottle 2, it is in bottle 1. Duh. I should have seen the obvious with that. Where was I going to go? East. There are doors to the east and to the west. Well, first, we will do a puzzle. A book has been left open to a page which says, aged, barbarous creatures devour every foolish EFG. That one was an easy one, considering it was an earlier one as well. Let's go east first. We got doors to the south and west, so we'll go south and west. First, we'll do a puzzle. Every player plays billiards with every other player exactly 1 time. If there are 11 players, how many games are there? Well, there's 2 players per game. So player 1 will face player 2 through 11. So that's 10 games. Player 2 has already faced player 1, so that's 9 more games. So 10 plus 9 plus 8. So 10 plus 9 is 19, plus 8 is 27, plus 7 is 34, plus 6 is 40, 45, 49, 52, 54, 55 games. All right, let's go south. North and west. So we'll go west and north. First, do a puzzle. A large potted orchid costs $6. The plant costs $4 more than the cost of the pot. So the pot's 2 and the plant is 4. How much did the pot cost? $2. A large potted orchid costs $6. The plant costs $4 more than the cost of the pot. Well, the potted... Oh, maybe it's saying the orchid is $6, which is $4 more than the pot. would be $2. Do I have to put 2.00? Nope. Apparently that's wrong. But 6 is $4 more than 2. Hint. Use if and then to solve this one. Meet the conditions and you'll be done. Let the pot if the plant costs $4 more than the pot. Oh, if the plant is $6 and the pot is $2, then the total cost is $8, not $6. So let's say that the pot is $1.50. So 50 cents. No, $1 plus $4 is $5. So 150 plus, no, it'd be $1 and $5. So the pot is $1. There we go. Then we'll go west. Puzzle. Okay, so we have 2 dots in a square, then we have just a circle without a square without the black, and then they swap and it gains a black, so we'll say it's C. Reverse the images. Okay, so we'll go, can we go north? Puzzle. Okay, already been here. Go south. Go west. We've already done the puzzle here, right? Nope. Okay. 2 slashes, 3 slashes, 4 slashes, 5 slashes. The dots decrease by 1, so A is the correct answer. No? Let me recheck that. C is the correct answer. Reverse the images. Okay. Let's go. No door to the north. No door to the south. No door to the west, so it can only go east. Go south. Don't think I've done a puzzle out here yet. Someone measured the distance to things you can see from the balcony. It is 200 yards to the stables, 100 yards to the barn, so 100 yards away from the stables, and 400 yards to the water tower. How far is the shed? What? $300 yards, maybe? No? You can see barn, stables, water tower, and potting shed. Let's do a hint. I don't know how far the potting shed is. Numbers are based within something. It's 200 yards to a garden. At 100 yards, there are birds. $200. Half distance. No. Oh. Maybe I have to put yards in there? No? Let's read that hint again. The numbers are based on something within the written words. "400 yards to the water tower, 100 yards to the barn, and 400 yards to the water tower. 200 yards to the stables." And I mentioned 200 yards to the garden. At 100 yards, there are birds. The numbers are based on something within the written words. Nope, this is another one I'm gonna see if I can solve using the internet. All right. "200 yards stables, 100 yards to the barn, and 400 yards to the water tower. How far is it to the shed?" Hint. The numbers are based on something within the written words. It's 200 yards to a garden. At 100, there are birds. Okay, so the only thing I found on the internet was something to do with the number of letters. So water tower is 11 characters long, 400 yards for 11 characters. Stables has 7, barn has 4. I don't think that's correct, though. If it's true, we're at 100. Okay. It's because stables is pluralized. A stable only has 6 letters. That would make more sense. However, still needed help with that one. So now we get to go back east. Oh wait, south, west, north. Guess I'm going north. I'm already facing south, that's right. Now go east. I've already solved this puzzle. North. Go south. South. No door south. West. No, because I already came east. No door east. Okay. Go north. We'll check. West. I think I've already been in here. Okay, let's go west again. Have I been in here? I think so. Let's go west again. I'm lost, by the way. West again. No door to the west. Let's go north. No door to north. Let's go south. That brings us back here. Let's go north. East. South. East. South. East. Let's go north. Let's go south. East. Or west, rather. West. West. South. North. East it is. South. Or north, rather. Now I am facing west, so north. East. I don't know where to go anymore. Let's go south. West. Nope. East. So south is outside, I believe. But we'll try it anyways. Yep. North. East. East. South. North. East. West. 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 South. Brings us back here. West. There's only the one way. So east. So east and north connect. So go north. Go west from here, maybe? No? Go north? No? So there's only east. So I can go west or east. Oh, south. What about north? We can go north. Maybe this is the room I haven't been in. There we go. Alright, the hat boxes on the shelf are numbered in a certain series. What number will come next? 0, 3, 12. Let's use a hint. Between each number, count the space. Compare the spaces, and you can trace a pattern. Well, 0 to 3 is 3. 3 to 12 is 9. So unless it's going to be 27. Nope. Yeah, the difference between 12 and 3 is 9. Which is 3 times as much as 3. But the difference between 3 and 0 is an infinite number multiplied, so it's only a difference of 3. Then a difference of 6 more, a difference of 9 more would be 18. No, 9 more would be 21. No? Because 9 is 6 higher than 3. Oh, 9 is 6 higher than 3, so it'd be 18, so it'd be 30. 12 plus 18. No? Between each number, count the space. Compare the spaces and a pattern you can trace. Yeah. One was 3, one was 9. And 9 is 3 times higher or 6 higher. So if we're doing it as multiples of 3, unless we do 6 higher than the 9, which makes no sense because the first one was 3. So the next one should be 9, or doing multiples. All right, let me see if I can. Okay, so 0 and 3 is 3. 3 and 12 is 9. Only hint I got online was maybe I'm doing 12 and 27 for a total of 39. So I tried 27 and I tried 30 because I tried doing it plus 18, which was a plus 9. I didn't try to do the plus 27. And that's what it was. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3, you know what the next space would be. Alright, now we can go south. We will go east. East. South. East. Or west, rather. Up. Hurrah, we're off. The stairs are fine. Up the tower will soon be done. There is treasure in this tower. In fact, there are really two. You may choose wealth or freedom. Which is a treasure to you? Well, you could be wealthy and trapped or be free and not trapped. So how about freedom? Your treasure is in a trunk. There are 3 trunks in this tower. On one, there are 2 true statements. One has 2 false statements. So one has 2 true statements, one has 2 false statements, and one has a true and a false statement. In which trunk is the key to your treasure? The key is not here. It is in the blue trunk. So if that if that's both true, then it's in the blue trunk. So then we would assume blue would be 1 true and 1 false. The key is not in the green trunk could be true, and the key is in the orange trunk could be false, so that fits. The key is not in this trunk is false, so that does not fit. So green cannot be both true. If orange is both false, it means the key is in the orange. So the key is not in here could be a true statement, and it is in blue trunk could be false. And then the key is not in the green trunk would be a false. That does not work. So orange is not both false. Green is not both true. Can orange be both true? Saying it would be in the green. In which case, blue would have to be both false, which fits. And green would have to be 1 true and 1 false, which does not fit. So orange can't both be true, and orange can't both be false. So it has to be 1 true and 1 false. So green could be both false, and blue both be true. No, that does not work. Because if that's just you a hint. In this tower, you are on your own. No hints, no help, no chaperone. Oh. So let's go with green both being true. Key is not in the green trunk. It is in the orange trunk. So that would mean green would have to be true and false. Means orange would have to be both false, which works. So the key is in the orange trunk. Stairs appear and you climb down to the real world where freedom is scarce treasure. Alright, that took me an hour, 35 minutes. Which was longer than I wanted it to be for a puzzle game, but oh, I minimized it. That's what happened. I was like, did I just quit out of that somehow? Did I miss an achievement? No, I think that just hasn't caught up. I did say I mastered the game. Hour 35 minutes. Alright. Next game I gotta get back to is I'll probably do the Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. And then I'll go back to Wario Have a good day.